Hello everyone, I'm back with another video, and in today's video we have an HP laptop. This is an HP Pavilion Plus. The model is an 14-EH1002. And in this video I'm going to take you on a step-by-step how you can open it up and how you can add or remove the storage in here. They do get shipped up with 256 gig or 500 gig storage, and you can remove that and add a higher capacity. And I'll show you if you can add an extra one or you can't. Just remember, once you remove the storage in here, you or upgrade it, you have to reinstall Windows freshly from a USB drive. I made a video how to create your Windows 10 or Windows 11 or Windows 11. Windows 10 is already discontinued. Windows 11 USB boot drive, and I made another video how to install it properly on HP laptop so you don't get those extra bloatwares after the program's installed. It's really simple. Pretty much you just pop in, follow a few instructions, and once you're inside the Windows, you do a few Windows updates and you're set to go. Once you remove the external storage, I will let you know how you can take advantage of that to use it as an externally to recover your file if you don't have to somewhere else to back it up anyway. All right, so first thing first, back up the files, power down the laptop, flip it upside down. And down here, we're gonna see 4 screws, 2 in the front and 2 at the back. We're gonna grab ourselves the screwdriver set. I'll be using an iFix screwdriver set as they have all the bits that you require to opening any laptops. We're gonna be using a Phillips number 1 or number, let me see which one fits perfectly. For this one, it's, yep, Phillips number 0. You want to grab a Phillips number 0. That's the correct bit for this one. And we're going to remove the 4 screws. 2 screws in the front, these are the short ones. The ones at the back, these are the longer screws. So go ahead and remove them. Also, if you guys like my videos, if you find my videos helpful and helping you guys out, you can support the channel by clicking the like and subscribe. I'll greatly appreciate it. All right. All right. The short and the long screws, we're going to put it to one side. For the opening it up, then we're going to use the guitar pick for opening tool. The guitar picks are suitable to opening cases and covers, as we're going to place it right between the bottom cover and the palm rest, just like that, about 1 or 2 millimeters. And then all you want to do is just twist it like this, and you want to hear a big click sound. That's what you want to hear. Just go like this every few centimeters or half an inch. Just go all around in the corner. You want to hear those clicks. Those are the clips are getting loose. When you go to the corners, you don't want to stick the guitar pick all the way in, about 1 or 2 millimeters max, not too much. Want to go all the way to the corner back. So let me see if I can get it right through there. There we go. And once I did it, there's a clips in the middle that holds it too. But first we're gonna do the sides. There we go. Once you do the sides, the left hand side and the front, you can just simply lift up, wiggle around, and it will snap the clips in the middle that holds it from the battery connector, right here and here. All right. Right down here, we can see the battery, 1 fan, 1 dummy filler for the fan for different models. And there's no space for 2.5-inch storage in here, obviously, so you cannot fit it in here. And we can only see that there is only 1 NVMe M.2 slot right in here that they give you a heat spreader right on top. To remove the NVMe, you do not need to disconnect the battery, absolutely not necessary. So don't worry, be like, oh, you need to disconnect it, don't do it. I see many people that try to disconnect the battery and they damage the connector, the jack. So don't do that. But if you want to be paranoid and you want to disconnect the battery, you want to put your 2 fingers on the side of this connector right in here. I can't because my fingers are too big. So 1 in there and 1 right in this corner. And you want to bring it back evenly, just like this, evenly, and don't let it go back down. So you want to bring it out evenly and push it down evenly. Push it back in, make sure it goes in straight in. Don't go sideways. So many people damage them because of that. And you just want to pinch them in there. All right. So here, what we're going to do, we're going to remove 1 screw at the back of M.2. That one is an Phillips number 1. So remove that 1 tiny screw at the back, put it to one side. lift up the heat spread a little bit, about 10 degrees, like this, and then you just want to slide it toward the back side like this. And right here we can see the NVMe, which has a little thermal paste in the thermal pad in here that holds it in here. These are 512 gig. Brand is a Soldim. They're a good brand. They're not bad brand. They're really good for servers. So there's one 500 gig. This is an NVMe Gen. Let me see. This is a Gen 4. So you can put another Gen 4 right in here. 2 terabyte if you want. You can put a 4 terabyte, but it will overheat. And this heatsink is not that great, and you can't put a beefier heatsink in here. So I would recommend to go max 2 terabyte. So you can grab a new NVMe, make sure the notch on the NVMe matches the notch right on the DIMM. There's a tiny cut. And you want to bring it down in 45-degree angle in there, all the way in. And once it falls down, it has to align nicely by the screw hole. Next, you can grab this heatsink and put it right on top. But hold on, let's put this one. You can use it without the heatsink, but you can use with a heatsink. So I gotta put this one right in there first. So I am not big fan of this one, so sometimes it doesn't go in. Let me see. No. So I'm gonna first try put this one in. So let's put the NVMe in, all the way in, align it, and grab the heatsink, put it over the jack, and just push it down, and it will go just to its place. And make sure the screw hole matches. And if it's aligned back there, everything is fine. Just plug it in there and tighten up the screw. Once you're done with that, now let's say you upgrade and you have the new NVMe out. Let's pretend that this was the old one in there. You can go ahead and purchase yourself an enclosure for NVMe enclosures. They come in different shapes and forms. So you can purchase yourself an NVMe enclosure, put your new disk in there, pop it in the aluminum casing that they give you, and it will give you a USB-C output. So you can use an external storage to 500 gig to fast transfer files. You can have your files in here, install the Windows in there, plug this with a USB connection, and then go to the Windows user folder and grab your files and your data back to the new drive. That's another thing. You can take advantage of the old drive that you have, convert it to a portable storage. All right, once you're done with that, all you need to do is to grab the bottom cover, put it on top, align it, and make sure you push the corners down. And you might want to have to pinch them up, and you hear that tiny, big, huge click sound right in there. Not that tiny. And once you do that all around, you want to push in the middle. You want to hit those clicks in the middle. Those are the battery hooks right in there. And to finish it up is to put the long screws at the back and the short screws in the front. Just remember, if you have disconnected the battery and you power on the laptop again when you plug it in, it might take up to, I would say, 15 seconds before it shows anything on the screen. And you might get a hex saying that CMOS was reset to default. That's because we disconnected the battery. So don't worry about that. Just press enter and it will reboot and it will just host normally. Again, I hope you guys like this video and helped you guys out. If you have any question or request, feel free to leave them in a video comment. I'll try to answer them as soon as I can. As always, thanks for watching and I'll see you guys in my next video.